Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching. Welcome to another edition of Crime Time with DutyRon. I'm a retired New York City police detective with 20 years of law enforcement. And guys and girls, if you like all things true crime related from a police perspective, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload another video. Hi, Texas girl. First one that I saw in the chat. Welcome in. Hey guys, I'm using these new Apple AirPod Pros. Never used them before. Sam Buffington, second one in, says, hi Dad, hi Melissa. Never used these before, but just let me know if the audio sounds good by pressing a 1 in the chat. If the audio doesn't sound that good, give it a number 2. Josh is here. He's one of my audio specialists. So if you let me know quickly how these things are sounding, I'm just trying to test them out. It's just a little quicker and easier for me to use these instead of plugging in my wired mic to the iPhone. So I just want to see how these work. I have the radio on in the background. It's supposed to cancel out some of the background noise. Let me know if it's canceling out that background noise because I do have the radio playing in the background. Great to see everybody. Brent Montgomery, Josh, all the moderators, Patreon supporters, the channel members. I love and respect you guys all, and I thank you for everything that you do. You make this community great, and I got to say, Crime Time with DutyRon and Ed Wallace is one of the best communities on YouTube. In the respect department, in the information department, and in the way we conduct business. I really love it. I think it's great. So it's good that you can't hear the radio. I have it playing. Uh, Thank you to everybody who likes this sweatshirt. I'm going to lower it a little bit so you can see it better. Hold on. I want to be able to get the whole thing in there. Hold on. So it says back the blue. I don't want to make you guys dizzy. All right, so today's video, we're talking about Brian Laundrie. How long is it going to take to get positive identification through DNA? We already know that his dental records, the odontology, we had a dentist come on, Dr. Larry Dolbrin, a forensic odontologist, already identified the partial remains that were recovered from the Carlton Reserve were that of Brian Laundrie's. But we're all sitting here waiting and saying to ourselves, when are we going to get 100 gazillion%? I want a gazillion% confirmation that it's Brian Laundrie through DNA from the bones that they recovered. A lot of us have questions about the family dentist. None of it's been confirmed. We don't go on speculation. We heard Dr. Larry Dobrin say, hey, no dentist, even if it is a family dentist, a family member, would jeopardize their practice to try to fudge the records. That's kind of like far-fetched and out from the left field. Hello from Bakersfield. Good to see you. Thank you for joining, Kimberly. Thank you for joining and thank you for your support. And to anybody and everybody who gives super chat or supports this community, you could support just by listening to the videos and letting the ads run. I want to say thank you to you guys. However you support or however you do it, I love it and I thank you for it. No support goes unnoticed here. So my thing is that I want to get double confirmation. So it's not just the dental odontology that we all know is 100%. I want to get double confirmation, and the double confirmation will come from the forensic anthropologist who's working on the case right now down in Florida. And I believe the odontologist is out of Tampa, in that general area, Tampa, Florida. Sona, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate the $9 coming out of your part of the region. I greatly appreciate that. Hi, Mystery Maven. Hello, Dawn Marie. Hi, Colette. Everybody checking in. I thank you for that. Again, I think this week, I have a feeling that this week we will have confirmation of the DNA from the forensic. We want to find out what the manner and cause of death is of Brian Laundrie, but nothing is a guarantee when it comes to these bones. Nothing is a guarantee. Hello from Tennessee. Great to see you. Thank you for joining, Tennessee girl. Always a pleasure. Rogersville, down in ground zero of Summer Wells country. Thank you for joining. We're going to be diving into Summer Wells case. Ed and I think we're going to go over a timeline, and we're going to go over some forensic videos. We're going to do some forensic videos with Ed Wallace. Just something him and I have been talking about. We're going to try to get into some deep diving in his expertise, which is evidence collection, crime scene analysis. We will bring you guys some of that in the Summer Wells case. Ed, thank you for being here in the chat. This is an unscheduled live stream. But really, I feel that this week we have a chance of getting some answers. If it's not this week, maybe perhaps next week. Forensic anthropology is a science, and it takes time to do it. It takes time to do it. I did see the Dr. Phil, but I'm not going to go into that. We're talking about Brian Laundrie here. I just went a little bit off because there was somebody here from Tennessee joining. But I feel that within the time parameters of probably this week or maybe next week, we should, and I hope that we have answers. Hey, by a show of hands, I wanted to ask you guys, and this is just a casual conversation. By a show of hands, who here in the chat believes or wants to believe that Brian Laundrie had a family member in law enforcement helping him? I want to pull the chat and see if you believe that Brian Laundrie had a family member in the chat, a family member that was helping him. Put a 1 in the chat. If you believe that perhaps could not be true, put a 2. I'm just curious to see how many people really feel that he had someone helping him. So a lot of people are putting in 1. So, I tried to get confirmation of that, and I spoke to a couple of different people. It was alleged that a family member of his was a Nassau first, a Suffolk County police officer. I haven't been able to get 100% confirmation of it, but I do truly believe that if it was true and it was a family member who was either a Nassau County or Suffolk County here in New York police officer, I don't think that it's reasonable to say that that person, that police officer, would be able to help him in Florida. And I'm going to tell you why I'll say this. Number one, from my experience being a police officer, I could say this. When I left New York City and went out of my jurisdiction to pick up prisoners from other jurisdictions, overwhelmingly I received a friendly response from the outside agencies. But as a New York City police detective, when I traveled outside of my geographical area of employment, when I traveled out of the 5 boroughs, sometimes I would really receive not friendly reception. And I say this because of my experience. I've gone to so many other jurisdictions to pick up people. I worked in the Fugitive Enforcement Division. And when I would leave outside New York City, it wouldn't always be open arms like, hey, brother, hey, sister, hey, that whole kumbaya of the brotherhood of law enforcement, it doesn't exist everywhere. But I want to say that it overwhelmingly did exist, but there was parts of the areas of the country that I would go to, and I felt like I was an outsider and not even part of the law enforcement community. Sat and waited for hours to pick up prisoners and bring guys back and gals back to justice. So I don't see Northport Police Department saying, "Oh, Brian Laundrie, he's accused or is up to no good." His fiance, he came back home to Florida. He went on a whirlwind trip with his fiance, and she's nowhere to be found. Let me help him get away. That's not what law enforcement is here for. And if you believe that they're there for that, that's your prerogative. But I'm going to say this. My conversation in this regard is that that's not what 99.99% of law enforcement is here to do. They're not here to obstruct justice or help a potential criminal get away with the crime. And a heinous crime as a murder or the disappearance and the nefarious behavior of another human being is the top of the heap of a crime. Hey, Matty Boy Sully, good to see you. So I would say that my feelings are number two. I would put a number two in the chat if I was able to, because it is not realistic to believe that a Nassau County or Suffolk County police officer, even if it was his cousin, would risk his job and risk himself going to jail to try to aid and abet or try to help Brian Laundrie escape justice. It just is not sensible. It's not a sensible thing. Is it possible? Maybe, very slightly, but it is not something that is probable. And that's all I'm saying, guys. So when you hear people speak about this, they're really luring you into a false narrative, a false sense of judgment. The police are not overwhelmingly there to try to obstruct justice. They're there to try to bring people to justice, and that's what we sign on for. My head is healing up nice. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you could see it. I don't want to touch it, but I have some silicone gel kind of healing stuff on the area over here. I'm hoping I'm getting it, but it's healed up nicely. Those were 10 stitches in my head, and this is the first day I took the steri strips off. So thank you for everyone who is asking. The cancer is gone and my head is healing up nicely. So thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. So that's my thoughts on Brian Laundrie. And like I said, I respect everybody's opinions and thoughts. Just because you might have said, well, I think that the police were trying to help him, that's your prerogative and your right. And that's what's great about this Crime Time with DutyRon community is that I don't ever shut somebody down from expressing their thoughts and feelings or opinions, as long as it's done respectfully. So again, 43 degrees here today. 43 degrees here today in New York. It's freezing. It's cold. So overcast, Angela, Ange, but the sun is popping in and out. This silicone stuff is also SPF 100 on my head. So my I have my courtesy of Timmy Acosta, my 9/11 Memorial Museum hat, which I wear, and I've got my hoodie when I go outside. So I'm covered. I'm good, guys. I'm good. Yeah, so cold. I have my heat on. I have my heated seats and my heated steering wheel activated. Call me whatever you want to call me, but I don't like the cold. I'm not a big fan of the cold. So thank you for Papa Smurf, the OG, for becoming a DutyRon Bronze member. I greatly appreciate that. So again, I just want to say, the conversation is this. We all want to answer. We want answers. We want to be able to move on and say, hey, is this Brian Laundrie 100%? We already got forensic odontologists. We have the forensic, the dentist, the doctors, whatever you want to call them, the forensic dentists, the odontologists. That's the fancy word of it. We've already gotten that. And I asked Larry Dobrin, I asked Dr. Dobrin, is it 100%? And he said 100%. I asked Dr. Murray Marks, who is a forensic anthropologist. Thanks to Ed Wallace, we got these great guests to come on. I stopped the chat and I actually stopped the doctor in the middle of his thought because I had a thought in my mind. I asked him outright, go and watch the replay. I said, Dr. Murray Marks, is it 100%? How accurate is forensic odontology? That's the dentist. How accurate is it? He didn't even flinch. He said 100%. Did anybody here see that replay? By a show of hands, if you saw the replay, put a 1 in the chat. If you didn't see it, put a 2, and I'm only going to recommend that you go and watch it because he didn't even flinch. I was expecting him to maybe say, yeah. But he was just like, yes, 100%. So if you haven't seen it, all those number twos, all of you number twos, go over and watch the replay. I'll link it down below in the description here. What a fascinating guest Dr. Murray Marks was. and we're going to have him back because once the forensic anthropologist gives their report in Florida, we're going to have Dr. Murray Marks come back on and talk to us and give us a breakdown of what the results were of that examination. Alicia B., thank you for becoming a DutyRon Silver member. And for those of you who become members and are channel members, go over to my Discord group. If you're not in it, send me a message on DutyRon.com. Let me know that you're a channel member because the Discord is open to the channel members. Go over there. I reopened it for my channel members. It's part of the perks for the channel members. For those of you who can't become channel members, this is just a part of the perks. It's a Discord group for the channel members. So I want to say, go on over and check out the Discord group. It's a great way to have a conversation after the live is over. Lisa Kleckner, it's always great to see you. Thank you for joining. Matty Boy Sully, I just want to say quickly hello to some of the folks in here. Let's do a quick roll call before I wrap it up. Let me know where you're watching, city and state, and I'm going to watch the chat. I have a second device right here. I'm going to watch the chat because this iPhone, the chat is too small for me. So this old man is going to look down here, and I'm going to say hello to everybody in the chat. DutyRon, is that hoodie for sale? Real with Robo. I bought it online. Oh, actually, somebody bought it for me. Hello, Crime Scene Cleaner Department, Deptford, New Jersey. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Sunshine Country Chicken, Santa Fe, Texas. Springfield, Massachusetts. It's Kathy Bates. Thank you for being a channel member. Joe Lopresti, Wading River, Long Island. Good to see you, Joe. Thank you for joining. God Becca, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Nancy Eileen is here. I always love to see her. Hello from Scotland. Cheryl from Lachlan, Hawaii. Good to see you. Hi. Welcome in from Sweden, Mick V. Hello from Devon, Pennsylvania, Rita Schaefer. Thank you for being a channel member. Smee, how do we get that hoodie? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for you. Columbia, Tennessee, says Barbara Brewer. We're doing a roll call right now, and I'll explain to you what a roll call is. Brent Montgomery, thank you for that $5 super chat. Sally Birch from Wisconsin, Valley Stream, New York, says Ruthen Griffin. You're a neighbor. I'm in Franklin Square, so welcome in, Valley Stream. That's a fellow neighbor, and that's the home of Thomas Valva. May he rest in peace. His mom is still there, I believe, with the boys. Hello from Cape Coral, Florida, Melissa. Hi, Texas girl. Needville, Texas. Good to see you. The great state of Texas is here. Panama City, Florida. Houston, Texas. A lot of Texans in here. Hello from Washington, D.C. Good to see you. Papa Smurf from New York City, Manhattan. Thank you for joining. Tupelo, Mississippi. Welcome in, Tupelo. Yeah, it's cold. It is cold. Hello from North Fork, UK. Kara Gibson. Thank you for joining. LM from Michigan. CR Luna from Arizona. Hello, Alicia B. And thank you for being a channel member from Federal Hill, Baltimore, Maryland. Kathy from Knoxville, Tennessee. Paws and Fins. Fife, Scotland. Wow. All the way from Scotland. And thank you for being a new channel member. Greatly appreciate that. Lady Honey Rose McKay from Redwoods, North Cali. Thank you, Factual Breakdown. We know you're from Oak Island, North Carolina. East Meadow right now, says Matty Boy Sully. Misty, it's me, Alabama. Good to see you. I love a Southern Belle every day of the week. Estimate the best in Germany. Thank you for joining. Guys, so many places. San Diego, California, McFarland, California, Little Rock, Arkansas, Cross Anchor in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Thank you for joining. Tacoma, Washington. This was a great roll call. Buffalo, New York. It's cold as hell up there. My sister went to school at Buffalo State, and we used to visit, and we'd have to use a snowmobile and an ATV to get around. So much snow in Buffalo in the wintertime. Hello from Venice, Italy. Thank you for joining. All right, listen, I'm going to cut it short right there because I want to say a couple of more things. Roll call is what the police department used to do with all of us. And I asked Sergeant Cannon about this. We would get, our platoon would come out, the squad A, B, and C, or A and B. I think there was only 2 squads working at one time. We would be lined up for roll call. They would inspect us for all of our equipment, bulletproof vests, all of our stuff. The sergeant would inspect us, and they would give us our assignments and tell us about the posts. Tell us about the special conditions out on our post. If there was a robbery or burglary or anything that we needed to look out for, things that happened on the previous tour, if there's any missings or any type of special conditions on our post. So this is what our roll call is in a modified version here on YouTube. We are seeing who is present for duty, who is watching the live stream. We covered a bit of Brian Laundrie here today, and we covered a little bit about some of the conspiracy theories. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Unscheduled. I just did it quickly during the day because I miss you guys. We haven't been live since Saturday, so it was a couple of days of no crime time with DutyRon. We got to take a break every once in a while. So I wanted to come on here and say hello and show my appreciation. Eddie Moore, hello, saying hello to Ed Wallace. Eddie Moore, good to see you. Thank you for joining. You know, it's great people like you that make this a great place. And I can't stop overemphasizing the important fact that you guys are what makes this place great. And I am honored. I'm not only honored, I'm humbled by the support, by the love that you guys show. You know, when I got the diagnosis of skin cancer on my head, it was a scary thing. And I know a lot of you guys have gone through and are going through a lot of health conditions and a lot of bad things. And maybe it might seem like my skin cancer was trivial or small, in a small way. Not even anything compares to what you guys went through. But we all go through things. And the reason I shared it with you is because we all go through things in our lives and we do it together. We're going through this stuff together. And that's what a community is about, is for us to come together as a community and support each other. So all the text messages, all the emails, all the beautiful cards that were sent to my P.O. box, and all of the things that you guys do, it's just humbling and so heartwarming to me. I really love the great community that we built here. You guys are freaking awesome. So I can't stop saying that, and I won't stop saying it because it's so important for you guys to know how much I appreciate that support. It really means a lot to me, and you guys are just great. Um, just know this, if you're going through something, I want to hear about it. I want you guys to send me messages on dutyron.com. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all one word, DutyRon. Go over to my Facebook crime, police and crime chat group, and go to my YouTube video share group where you can talk about everything police related or, YouTube related. I share some really non-crime related stuff on my community tab and on my members only tab. And I share some of the non-police stuff because I want you guys to go over and watch Christmas lights, watch Dave and Osaka walk through Japan, because it's not healthy to always watch and listen to doom and gloom with crime. I'm going to cover a little bit of this Kyle Rittenhouse trial when it's over. They did the closing arguments today, but once the verdict is in, and I hope and pray that there is no rioting and there's no community unrest in Kenosha. They've already had such a hellish summer last year, not this year, but in 2020. There's been so many horrible things going on in Kenosha. I hope and pray and I send prayers to that community, but we will cover it. We will cover whatever the verdict is, and that will go over at a later date. So we're going to be in and we're going to be dealing with that. I want to just wish you guys a great Monday. Make this week your week. And I appreciate everything and all the kind words that you say to me and to Ed. Ed Wallace is here in the chat. Leave us comments down below. Let me know what you think. The parrot is doing good. Popeye is going to be 34 years old. My African gray is almost 34 years old. This July 31st is his hatch date. So that's Popeye's birthday, July 31st. He'll be 34 years old in 2022. This bird is going to outlive me. So Popeye is doing good. He's part of my security detail. Oscar's 13 years young. He's a little dachshund. He's part of the outro. That thank you to Angela for creating that the outro and the intro. And Ange why did I draw a blank? Ange, tell me about the Joe's channel. It is unjustified. So,
I had a brain fart. So I'm having a senior moment. If someone could, thank you. Allegedly guilty. Thank you. That was a senior moment. And you know what? This is what Alive is all about. Sometimes you got a brain fart. Allegedly guilty. Everybody go over and follow Joe Murray's channel, Allegedly Guilty. Thank you for correcting me and putting me in line, guys. All right, there we go. Hey, I'm 57, going to be going on 58. And April is my birthday. So, guys, go over to my Amazon and check out my birthday wish list. I don't have one. I'm only kidding. But my birthday's in April. I'll be 58, so I'm a bit old, man. I had a little bit of a moment. All right, guys, love and respect from my house to yours. God bless the world. God bless the United States of America. I'm still laughing in my head. And God bless each and every one of us here in the chat, and especially all victims of crime and their family across the globe. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Let me know in the comments down below. I love to interact with you, so let's keep the conversation going. I can't wait to listen to how these headphones, these Apple EarPods, I can't wait to hear what they sound like. And I had the radio playing the whole time in the background, so I want to see how these things work. Love and respect from New York City. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon, and thank you to everyone for joining. Peace from New York.